Hi, thank you so much for joining my back to school night, even though this is a little bit different than I've ever done a back to school night. My name is Lori Stevenson. I'm your child's reading teacher this year. And I want to start by showing you some of the sites that we go to and that we're using every day, and we'll get into it. So on your student's Classlink, it is going to look a lot like mine. I have a lot of apps that they may not have, but I did want to show you that to get to this page, you just type in Cato Classlink. And whenever you search, the very first thing that pops up is this Launchpad Classlink. Whenever you click on it, it should bring you to slowly to your child's Classlink login page. Now mine's already logged in, so I'm going to log out so you can see what it's going to look like whenever it comes up. It's going to ask here for a username and a password. This is something that they use every day in my class, Miss Till's class, and Miss Prudham's class, so they should know their username and password. It's their first and last initial and their student ID, and then their password is their first and last initial and their birth date. So they have this information, and it is also written in their planner. I'll tell you a little bit more about this planner in a bit. So when we go to Classlink, a few things that they use in my classroom are Renaissance. That's where they're taking all of their accelerated reader or AR testing. The more that they read and the more that they take tests where they have to answer questions about what they read, they're going to be exposed to the type of assessments that they're going to have in third grade. So we do a lot of AR testing. Very rarely are they for a grade. Usually they're for some type of reward, but occasionally they will be for a grade, but it will always be on text that we read together in class, and then they answer the questions on their own. The next thing that we go to is ReadWorks. I have two of them, but they will only have one. And when they go into ReadWorks, it's the same type of thing. I assign them a short little passage. They read, and they are all equipped where they can push the audio and hear the book being read to them. And then they go and answer 5 little short questions about what they read. Again, this is a common theme through third grade. Read something, answer questions about it. Read something, answer questions about it. And often we read more than once. So I encourage them to read more than one time and then answer their questions. Usually they have one short passage to read for the entire week because our rotations are usually short, and sometimes we don't get to rotations at all for the day. So they have all week to read the passage and answer questions about it. And the final thing that I want to show you here is Canvas. So when you click on Canvas, through Classlink, it will automatically log your student in. Oh, if you are still logged in, so let me get there. Okay, so we will scroll back down to Canvas. My poor little computer doesn't want to work very quickly today. And when they click onto Canvas through Classlink, they will automatically be logged in. So their dashboard, or what they see whenever they first log in, is going to look a lot like mine. They're going to have several little icons here, and the one that they're going to click on for me, some of them say Stevenson ELA, most of them say language arts. So I'll show you what that's going to look like. They're not all the same color as my icons. I have no idea why. I wish that they were. That way I could say, go click on the purple icon. But I guess that it's the same reason that there may be other people that have that same color icon. So it may say Stevenson ELA, and they can just click on it. It's really easy, see? So they'll just click on it, and it may say language arts. It may look like this right here. But whenever they first log in, they're going to come to my home page here. And my homepage has all of the information that you need for my class for that week. So if you've never seen this, ta-da, there's lots of information here. So let's start here with this eagle on the wall. If you click on that, it's automatically linked to our Blanchard Elementary website. And if you're having trouble with Canvas, if you're having problems, you can certainly go to these 3 links that Ms. Stokely has posted on the Blanchard Elementary website that are going to help you to log into that. Okay, so let's get out of that. The next thing, very important, is my contact information. So if you click on this, it automatically takes you to the best ways to get in touch with me. So my email address is probably the easiest, the quickest way to get in touch with me because I keep my email up all day and I check it throughout the day. I may not be able to respond to you immediately, but I can at least see, okay, I need to call so-and-so's mom. You can call the office. I would use that as a last resort because they have to take the message, write it down, put it in my box. I have to go and check my box, bring it back to my room. Sometimes it's hours between times for me to get that call. And also my planning time is not until 1:45. So if you call and leave a message in the office at 7:45, I won't be able to call you back until that afternoon whenever I'm on my planning period and don't have students in my room. Another way that you can get in touch with me is through Class Dojo. So if you are not on my Class Dojo, that's almost like sending a direct text message to me and I can get it almost immediately. And I usually respond very quickly. So if you don't have my Class Dojo information and you would like it, if you will send me your phone number, I can send you the link and you can just join our class. The next thing, if you click on this cute little Bitmoji that really doesn't look that much like me, it will pull up some information about me. I don't know if it's going to pull up right now or not because I want it to. Anyway, this is my 7th year teaching. Almost all of my years teaching have been in 3rd grade. I've done a little bit of 4th grade, a half year 1st grade, but 3rd grade is my favorite. I love it. And I also have, I'm married, I have 2 boys. My oldest son, Garrett, is a United States Marine. He's stationed in Virginia. And if your student told you that last week I was out on Friday, that's because my son was in for the first time in 10 months. So we spent the day just fishing and having fun with him. My youngest son, Chase, is a sophomore at Northwood. And this is just a little bit more information about me if you want to go on that Canvas page and check that out. And there's another one coming up. So let's get that one out of the way. Okay. So the next thing that I want you to see is I update my board on Canvas every day. Caddo Parish has said Canvas is here to stay for virtual students and for in-person students. Heaven forbid we would ever have to go back to virtual learning completely. But if we did, your child, if they are in person, has been on Canvas frequently, so they know how to get to our pages, they know how to get this information, and they know how to submit assignments to us if they ever had to do it from home. This right here, this week our homework is spelling tic-tac-toe, and if you click on that, I will always link it to whatever our homework is. So it will come up and it will link straight to that assignment. Hopefully your computer moves a little bit quicker than mine and it won't take forever to come up, but here's their tic-tac-toe. It says choose 3 squares to complete and turn in on Friday. So they can choose any of these 3 using the spelling words that were given. So, and then they can submit it, either a text box or a file upload, meaning a picture that you can upload to Canvas and submit it. If you are an in-person learner, they have these spelling tic-tac-toes in person, so you don't have to do it here and turn it in person. And matter of fact, I would prefer it paper in hand, and that way I don't have to go and dig through Canvas and try to find your assignment. But if something happened and they were absent on a Friday and you want to turn in a picture of what they did, that's perfectly fine, and I can accept it in that way. There will be a spelling test this week, and here are all of their spelling words. So if I've had a lot of questions, where are their spelling words? I can't find them. I don't send home a copy of their spelling words because 3rd grade is such a huge year for responsibility. I have them on my board every day, and on Monday mornings when they come in, that's the first thing that they are supposed to do is to write those spelling words in their planner. And you might hear me keep referencing the planner, the planner, the planner. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to introduce you to it and start asking your student for it, because they should be bringing it home every day, and it's something that I ask them to have you initial every day. And some of them have been really, really great with it. Another thing is over here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you click on any of these dates, it's going to automatically link you to the assignment that we're working on that day. And after I record my live Zoom meeting for the day, I post it here. So if they missed that lesson, missed a day, they can always go back in Canvas, watch the lesson, and then read what we did for that day, so they're not behind. They'll know exactly what we did, and it would be just as if they're in our classroom with us. They might not be the best quality videos, or maybe a lot of pauses and a lot of ums and things like that, but you get the idea. It would be just as if they're in class here. So now that I've shown you Canvas, I've shown you Classlink, I do want to go to my PowerPoint here, and I want to show you a few things that, that may be of importance that I didn't want to skip over. Okay, planners. This is your student's planner. Every day they should have this. They should be bringing it home. It shows daily, and they should be writing down assignments here under each subject. And then down here at the bottom, there's a special little spot that says spelling. So every week they should have their spelling words written here. And usually I stamp beside it after I go through and make sure that they've spelled the words correctly, that they've put that they've put all of their words down, and things like that. If they're coming in late, or if they weren't here on a Monday, or if some reason they don't have all of their spelling words here, there's something going wrong. They are either not using their time wisely whenever they get in here. I usually give more than 20 minutes for them to write this down. So they have plenty of time, and during rotations, instead of going to Spelling Center, if you haven't written your spelling words down, you need to stay at your desk and write your spelling words down. So they've got more than plenty of time to write it down. If you're getting an agenda that, or a planner that does not have their spelling words, something is not quite right. So also their red folders, those come home every day, and they have a keep side and a return side. Some of them are labeled, some of them are not. But they should be keeping papers at home that were in there, that we sent home. We're done with them. And then of course they keep their homework and anything that needs your signature. You can put money that they need to send back to school in there, things like that. Please check these every night. Clean those red folders out if there's things in there that don't need to be in there. That way they come to school nice and organized and fresh, and it makes it so much easier for them to keep up with what we're asking them to keep up with. Things that come back to school in their red planners, such as homework, notes from home, any money or anything, I have a green basket in the front of my room. So at the very beginning of the year, I would tell them at the beginning of every day, take out your red folders. If you have homework, if you have letters, if you have money, come and put it in my green basket. So I gave lots of verbal reminders right at first. After a few weeks, they would come to give me homework, and I tell them, please don't put that right in my hand, because I'm running around taking temperatures, checking to see who needs lunch, taking attendance, things like that in the morning. So if they give that to me, it's going to be lost forever in here. So I always tell them, take it to the green basket. And then now if they try to give me something, I'll ask them, where do you put it? And sometimes they'll just kind of look around and then, oh, the green basket. So everybody knows the green basket in the front of my room is where they turn their things in. So if you've got things that you've been trying to send me that you keep seeing in that red folder, wondering why it's there, it's because someone is not putting it in the green basket. So say those words so they know that you know and I know where they need to go. Next thing, went too fast through that one, grades. All of their grades come from JPAMS, not from Canvas. So some of the things in Canvas that may have a grade or a point value assigned to them, that's not where their grades come from. All of their grades are from JPAMS. So if you are not familiar with how to get onto JPAMS and check your students' grades, if you go to catoschools.org and click on parents, there is a student progress portal. And I believe that Ms. Stokely has also recorded a Zoom video to show you step-by-step how to get in there and how to check their grades. Late assignments starting today. If I have any late assignments, I can take them up to 5 days late with 1 point deducted for each day that it's late. I cannot accept assignments more than 5 days late. It's impossible for me to go back 7 weeks and grade things that were turned in the very first week of school. It's just too much to keep up with. So if there are late assignments, they must be within 5 days, or otherwise they are gone forever. So mainly this is for my virtual students. If there are things that you missed and things that I'm sending you messages, hey, I don't have this assignment yet, I need to get those within 5 days. Of course, excused absences will allow for 1 day for every excused absence, and I'll make that accommodation, but no more than 5 days. That way I don't have to go back to the beginning of time to grade things. My classroom rules: I will respect myself and others. I will take responsibility for my actions. I will come to class ready to learn. I will follow directions quickly and quietly, my 2 favorite cues, and I will always do my best work. I tell your students that I come to school early, I stay late, I do work at home on the weekends, and all summer long getting prepared. So I expect a lot from them also. I expect the best work every day. I know that we're going to have times to where we're tired, we're worn out, this is a lot of work, but I'm going to keep pushing and expecting the best that they can give me, and try to push them right to the edge of as far as they can go. That way we're constantly growing and learning, because third grade is a huge, huge year. Some important times that you need to know: our school starts at 7:25. So if they are not here by 7:25, they're going to be missing instruction. The tardy bell rings at 7:40. So after that point is when I would put them into the system as absent or late. And it's important that they get here at this time, because this year is so different than any other year. They're bringing their breakfast into class and eating their breakfast and having to write down their spelling words and having to write down their homework, having to go and get their Chromebooks unplugged, get your pencil sharpened for the day, unpack your backpack, take it to your locker, let Miss Stevenson know if you need a lunch. I'm checking temperatures. We're doing a lot of things in the morning. So if they are not coming in by 7:25, they're missing some things, or they're going to start their day off rushed. And everybody knows that's not a good way to start your day. So please make sure that they're here on time so we can get all of those little things taken care of in the morning. They start out in my homeroom from 7:25 to 9:20. 9:20 to 10:30, Miss Till's homeroom comes into my class. 10:30 to 11 is their lunch. 11 to 11:45, we finish up with Miss Till's homeroom. 11:45 to noon is their recess, and then noon to 1:45 is Miss Prudham's homeroom in my classroom. 1:45 to 2:30 is their enrichment. So at the very end of the day, they have their enrichment. If you have doctor's appointments that are unavoidable to schedule during the school day, that's probably the best time, is late afternoon if you can. That way they're missing enrichment and not one of their core subjects here. And then 2:40 is dismissal time. If you have a change to dismissal, please make that in writing, and please don't make daily changes. We have 56 kids just between Miss Prudham, Miss Till, and Miss Stevenson, and then Miss Brun and Miss Nunnery have about 38. So we've got a lot of kids in the hallway that we're having to make sure get where they need to go. We're trying to social distance. We're trying to do all these different things, and if they come to us at the end of the day and say, oh, mom told me I'm supposed to ride bus so-and-so instead of my own bus, and we don't have that in writing, we cannot make that change. So please be sure that those changes are made in writing, and their planner that we were just talking about is a good place to write that down. By the way, there's a little spot on these planners for every day where parents can initial that you've seen it. If they're bringing this back to me with your initial every day, on Friday, they get a treat for being responsible and taking care of that. So that would be a great place to write down any notes or anything, because they have their planners on their desk every morning, and I come around and stamp them and check them. So I'll be able to see that first thing in the morning and make that note that that change needs to be made. Conference times, we kind of already spoke of this. Monday through Friday, if you need to have a phone conference with me, or even an in-person conference, it's going to be from 1:45 to 2:30, except on Wednesdays. We always have grade level meetings on that day, so I'm not available on Wednesdays. Communication, again, these are the ways that you can get in touch with me. If you need my class dojo, you can write your phone number in this planner. I will send and say, please, dojo, write your name in there, and I can send you the link for how to log on to my dojo. And then finally, this school year is huge whenever it comes to responsibility. We're going to hold them to very high standards, with responsibility being gradually increased throughout the year. I always tell them, you're my baby bird. I'm fixing to kick you out of the nest. So I'm holding their hand a lot through some things, but eventually they're going to be responsible for more and more throughout the school year. They're expected to be prepared for class, finish their work to the best of their ability, and to be kind to their teachers and peers. Please help to increase this responsibility at home as well. So if you're going through their backpack and taking out their planner and taking out their red folder and all of that, I understand that's what we've done for all of these years, but third grade needs to be the year to where they start. You ask them, where's your planner? Where's your red folder? What did you do today? Show me what your homework is. Make them more responsible for bringing those things to you, and that makes it much easier when they come into class and we're expecting them to have this level of responsibility. I love your babies. We've had a great year so far. I have met some really sweet and polite young ladies and gentlemen, so I'm really excited about this school year with them. And please go and watch the video for all of our enrichment teachers. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.